Shield cast, switch hands while it goes down, and not bad. Anymore. I used to get injured quite a bit before I started training my body in all these. Hello everybody, it's the weekend. So like I mentioned in my past video, I'm not going to do like regular daily uploads or make a video every time I work out. Instead, I'm just going to make videos when I feel like it, when I think I'm sharing some sort of, I think everything I share has some sort of value. However, I don't know. I don't exactly know what I'm trying to say. Just know that there are certain times or certain workouts that I feel are more valuable or fun sharing, like especially the outdoor stuff. Like I don't think people tend to like the workouts at the gym too much, and so to go through the effort of making a video at the gym was kind of annoying. And yeah, so that's besides the point. Today I'm working out in my backyard. It's the weekend, so I'm going to do a longer workout. I've been running quite a bit. So yesterday I did 7.5 miles, which is around 11K, I think. 11 or 12, something around there. And yeah, it's a chilly day. It's like 3 degrees Celsius, which is like 35 Fahrenheit, somewhere around there. But there's also like wind chill, which drops it down to like 15, feels like it's 15 Fahrenheit, which is minus 10, I believe. Minus 10 Celsius. So today my goal is to do something with like an alternating theme. By alternating theme, I mean when the weight shifts from side to side. So or just a everyday example is walking. You shift weight from one foot to the other as you're walking. Same thing with running. And so training your body in this unilateral alternating way tends to carry over into that sort of movement. So yeah, that's kind of going to be the theme today, and then I'll probably end off with some kettlebell juggling. So for the first movement, do a tactical clean to shoulder press for 5 each side. And I'm doing swing each staggered stance clean each time. So it looks like this. A staggered stance clean helps you focus a little bit more on one leg at a time. Going for 6 to 8 reps. Using a 50-pound kettlebell. So after that, with my 15-pound steel mace, I'm going to do alternating single arm 10 to 2s. Looks like this. Using my 15-pound mace. Went for 15 reps on that, on each side. And so yeah, that's the first set of movements. Not going to take too long in between sets. Although the muscle groups worked between both movements are pretty similar. So the shoulders are involved quite a bit in both. Even like the upper chest is involved quite a bit. Yeah, but not going to take too long between sets. I want to kind of keep the cardio going. This is my third set. I did one set off camera before I started recording. Alright. Another thing about these alternating side to side movements, it forces the core, aka abs, lower back, and all of that, to stay very engaged for the entirety of the set. And one of the things I noticed was, so in my last video I had mentioned that I go running with a friend on occasion, and one of the things that he faced while running, aside from the usual shin splints and things of that nature, was the fact that his sides started to hurt. His sides and lower back started to hurt. But it's not like he's an unfit guy. He works out quite a bit, but at the gym. And so the reason I think his sides and lower back ends up hurting is like natural movement, especially running, requires your sides to like stay activated to like support the weight as it shifts from side to side. And so especially if you're not used to moving like medium to long distances, those muscles are very undertrained, or not. Well, it depends on your gym routine, but most people in their gym routine don't necessarily pay too much attention to like these concepts of alternating side to side movements. And so those muscles go underdeveloped compared to the rest of the thing. So like when you do lat pull downs, very rarely do people focus on single arm lat pull downs. They're usually doing both hands. Shoulder press is usually both hands. Dumbbell chest presses are usually both hands. Very rarely, at least do I see people doing one side at a time. Deadlifts are both hands at the same time. Squats both like evenly loaded on both sides. And so what ends up happening is your muscles get strong and develop, but it's all like within like the front, back, straight, and not necessarily side to side. And so when someone who's exclusively been doing gym training tries to move into like running and stuff, since those sides are trained much lesser compared to the rest of the muscle groups, so like the person might still do side bends and oblique twists and stuff like that, but the amount of time spent in those movements versus all the others have a huge discrepancy. So what ends up happening is when you do try to get into running or something like that, sides end up hurting. So yeah, just a little food for thought. So yeah, this is what I'm doing. This was my third set. I'll do one more and on to the next thing. So for the next set of movements, I'm going to start with my 15-pound club. So before I start the movement, I kind of want to make a point. So like there's movements that I do with the kettlebell and with the steel mace and with the steel club, and there's like things in between all of these tools. Although the tools are really different, there are concepts from each tool that can be applied to other tools. So for example, right now I'm going to do a figure 8 to shield cast, and I haven't seen like not like I don't like I follow a lot of Clubbell influencers and whatnot. I don't think I've seen anyone do this, but they probably have. Like everything that most people have done today, someone has done in the past. But the point being, there are like if you get really good at the clubs, then there's things that from that translate to the kettlebell and steel mace, and then vice versa. So anyway, with the steel club, I'm going to do a steel club figure 8 to shield cast and then alternate sides for 10 each side. So figure 8, shield cast, figure 8, shield cast. And so again, keeping with the alternating theme, going for 10 on each side. So after 10 each side of that, going to do staggered crossbody deadlifts. I think they're also called gladiator deadlifts, but I could be wrong about that. Like, at least from what I've seen online, a gladiator deadlift is when there are two weights involved, and then you pick it from one side, and then you pick the one or something like that. So it's a slightly different movement. Here there's only one weight involved, and I'm also going to do a staggered stance. So left leg forward, or whatever leg is closer to the dumbbell, and then the opposite hand grabs the kettlebell. And so what this does is it forces the back to like rotate, keeping the core obliques involved. And again, that whole concept of when you're walking side to side, there are all these muscles involved, and imagine if all of these were like super strong, you wouldn't feel all that pain or whatever. At least that's what I think. I definitely don't get injured that much anymore. I used to get injured quite a bit before I started training my body in all these so-called unconventional ways. I feel like a lot of activation around the abs and obliques. Now obviously if you go too heavy at this the first time you start, you're gonna probably hurt yourself or feel really sore. But just like with any exercise, start off low, slow progressions over time. And yeah, I'm using an 80-pound kettlebell. On the next set I'm gonna try push myself and use my 106-pound kettlebell. Keeping the opposite arm outstretched helps maintain balance a little. I believe that was 8 or something, 8 reps, and so that's what I'm going to stop at. And I'm going to grab my 105-pound kettlebell, 106. Alright, and maybe I'll push myself with the shield casts too. Try to do with the 25-pound. Although I'm more confident that I'll get this done with good form as opposed to 25-pound club. But let me try and see how things go. It's my last set anyway of this. I don't know if it's the number of, I'm wearing like 3 layers, but it's feel warm. I kind of want to take a layer or 2 off, but then I don't like, but then when you get really cold, it's not ideal for some of these movements. Like it starts making the body feel stiff, and for some of this, it's nice to keep the joints warm. Keeps it feeling more fluid. Alright, let's do this. So yeah, on the previous set, and actually for the first 3, I was doing it all with the 15-pound club and the 80-pound kettlebell, 79.4 to be exact. But for this set, I'm going to try the 25-pound club and the 106 kettlebell. So let's see how it goes. Whew. For those of you who watched my first Clubbell videos, which was maybe like 8 or 9 months ago, like I couldn't handle the 25-pound club very well at all. Like I always needed to use two hands. Even like doing any sort of movement was really difficult. 5 pound, and so going from that to being able to swing it around with one hand, you know, definitely quite a long way. So one of the cool things about having my workouts on video is to be able to see this progression. Like it's one thing to be mentally aware of it, and then another thing to have video proof. All right, let's see how this goes. Not bad for this either. Whew. Yeah, good set. Felt a lot of activation in the abs, obliques, lower back. Felt really good. I'm telling you, start off light, do stuff like this will translate really well into mobility and all that good stuff, and even into strength, into regular exercises. But yeah, that was my last set of that. On to the next thing. This next thing is actually quite strenuous, but well, not strenuous. Strenuous makes it sound like, oh, it's so difficult that yada yada yada. It is difficult. I guess the right word is it's difficult, not strenuous. Strenuous is almost like a, dare I say, a PUSSY way of interpreting things. It's difficult. I think things can be difficult and difficult things can be done, but when you say strenuous, it feels like it's taking something out of you, if that makes sense. Like, oh, it's difficult and I pushed through it. It's more like, oh, there's a barrier and I went through it. Oh, it's strenuous. It's like, oh my God, I went through it and now it's taken so much out of me. And that's kind of like a, I don't know, a PUSSY way of feeling, in my opinion. But that's besides the point. So with a 25-pound club, doing alternating side shield casts. So do a clean shield cast, switch hands while it goes down, and repeat. On the third one, going to rotate to my left And then as I'm dropping, switch hands again and do inside mills. So I'm doing 3 of each movement on each side. So now I'm going to do reverse mills. So for that I have to stand this way and switch hands as I'm dropping. Or outside mills. By the end of it, the most, like your whole upper body kind of feels taxed, but mostly the forearms. Gripping onto the weight and shifting side to side takes quite a bit out of the forearms. Then, with my 106 pound kettlebell, I'm going to do alternating rows, but I'm going to switch staggered stance each time. So, 1, 2, going for at least 8, but I'm going to aim for 10. Alright, after that, I'm going to do push-ups on the kettlebell, but while doing push-ups, I'm going to move side to side for 5 on each side. So, push-up, push-up. So yeah, heart rate's at like 160. That was the third set. Going to do one more, and then let's see, maybe juggling after this, or maybe another set of things. So instead of doing another complex, deciding to end off with some kettlebell juggling. Kettlebell juggling is fun, and I can just like burn a bunch of calories, not really think about things too much. It's like a way to freely move, and yeah, it allows me to be creative, and there's something about just being creative and just having free movement that I don't know, triggers, I guess, whatever is responsible for creating the feeling of joy in the body. Plus, you know, when you're moving around, there's a lot of muscles involved, yada yada yada. In any case, let's just do this. Ah, not bad. I thought I'd be a lot more rusty, having not juggled that much over the winter. It still is the winter, but I think we're, I guess, in the transition to spring. But I think the fact that I've been handling kettlebells in general, like a lot of the mechanics of it is pretty much the same. So yeah, don't feel very rusty at all after taking a hiatus, sort of, from juggling. Damn it, I was trying to do something, I guess, cheeky. So I wanted to do this. I don't know if I'll get it even. Yeah, I wanted to do that, but whatever. But I like that sequence. Damn it, I should have, whatever. I was going in a really good flow over there. Sun in my eye. My glove slipped a little and that messed with things. I don't know like I'm dropping it a lot. It's a lot of noise in the video, I get it. I'm probably not going to edit it out. If you guys think I should edit it out, let me know in the comments. But it's just, showing how I practice, how I get good at this stuff. Yeah. In some videos I would just put the sequences that landed, and in some videos I would put the whole thing. It does make the video longer, but what I've noticed is people who want to watch the whole thing will watch the whole thing. Others will just skip through. So, it is what it is. Yikes. Yikes. I wish the sun was in a different location right now. Come on. Actually, so having the gloves, what I've noticed is it pads my fingers a little, which actually feels quite nice. Whatever. I like having this arrangement over here. Makes this area seem official. Alright. There are a few moves that I'm trying to land, which is why. And I'm like, whatever. Let's not get into it. Ah, come on. Alright, I'm gonna just pick those up. No, I'll pick it up now. Because let's say I land a good sequence, and then there's like fallen clubs in the background, then it's not gonna look cool, is it? So that's another move that I'm trying to learn. It's like this shoulder. The sun's in my eye, so I'll do it this way. Shoulder toss like that. But we'll get it. I'm gonna get a sequence where all of this happens. Damn it. Alright, just, you know what? Just flow. I'm thinking about this too much. Alright, I might actually cut some of this. So let me draw out the sequence. A double forward, or I don't know, in Kettlebell Juggling world, this is called a reverse. Okay, double reverse, under the leg, double simple, triple, single catch, figure eight, ball hold, behind the back, double helicopter to behind the back. I should probably do same hand catch, into simple reverse to I guess snatch or flip to snatch, double forward, switch hands, then simple forward or simple reverse forward, catch it with the opposite hand, do a clean and then flip. Then I don't know, I think it's called a whoop-de-whoop, to tap back, behind the back, catch to triple, and then static. So let's try that. So double reverse under the leg, double triple, same hand catch, behind the back, double oblique, behind. Okay. at least. So from there, I'm going to catch it, do this. Not exactly what I had in mind, but not bad. Not bad. I'm gonna try again, but if I don't land it, this is the end of the video. That's the end of the video. See you all tomorrow. Ah.